Hello, welcome to another Game Dev Diary. Today we're taking a look at roofing and vision. So let's start off with vision here. I'm going to enable the gloom grid. And what this is supposed to be a mashup of the vision and lighting information. And here it's hiding this area up here on the top of this pyramid because we're too low to the ground to see it. But as we step up the stairs, we can start to see it. And you can see there it starts to fade again because we went back down. So the purpose of the vision system is meant to add some suspense when you're caving or exploring underground. It's supposed to pique your curiosity about what's up at higher elevations. And most importantly, it's supposed to give you, when you're inside, to make you feel like you're inside, to make it feel real by hiding all the stuff outside that you can't see. Alright, so I'm going to unlock the camera and zoom way out, and this is just a debug thing, and you can see the bounds of the gloom grid. It's actually just a really small texture that's been stretched, and I did another video of this a long time ago, back with the version of the vision and lighting that didn't have elevation in it. So the way the vision system works is there's a bunch of different vision beams that reveal particular cells. We're just going to take a look at a few of them at first, just so it doesn't feel so overwhelming. These are the straight vision beams. They shoot out at cardinal directions. You can see the main beam is here, and then these little dots along the side, I call them fat dots. They're just meant to make the beam feel a little fatter. And they make it so, if you're standing up against a wall, you wouldn't be able to see the wall if just this main beam was revealing stuff. So these little fat dots help show what you're pushed up against. They also make it so you don't have to have quite so many beams. So here's the diagonals. You can see here they also have fat dots. I turned only one version of the diagonals on, just so you can see what it looks like. I'll turn the other one on now. Here I've turned off the gloom to make it easier to see. And both of the parts of each diagonal are there now. You can see it's actually a crisscrossing zigzag, and that makes it so that if you run into something like this, part of the diagonal can still go through, but if you run into something like this, it doesn't actually leak through at the diagonal positions. Like if I had just did each diagonal block here, it would be able to leak through this part here. You can also see the visualization lines turn black when it's partially blocked there, and that's a difference between the lower beam and the higher beam, and I'll show that in a second. So the area between the straight beams and the crisscrossing diagonals are also using the zigzag algorithm, but they have differing slopes to be able to cover different areas and have different angles at which they go forward at, but they never skip cells, no matter what their slope is. They always proceed one cell to the next, and they also have these fat dots too. So I'm going to turn on the whole thing now. Alright, you ready for this? Let's see, draw vision beams. Behold. This is kind of crazy, and it's so noisy. Whenever I found a bug, I had to turn off most of the vision beams except for the ones that the bug pertained to, just because it's such a noisy visualization. But you can see here how it's how lower elevations partially block it, and then the higher elevations completely block it. But in general, I didn't want the vision system to get in your way. I wanted it to feel like it wasn't bothering you while you're outside. The main purpose is when you go inside, to make it feel like you're inside. So you can see we're able to see over top of this house here, and all the area behind it it's actually not obstructing very much at all here. So let's go inside and see how it works there. I'm gonna, let's see, stop drawing vision beams, and let's lock the camera again. So here we can tell by the shadows that there's a little gap, a little hole there, and if we line up with it properly, the roofing becomes semi-transparent. Let's go inside. So when we go inside, it's different. When there's a roof over your head, you can't see over everything anymore, and all the outside world gets dark. I don't have Windows implemented again yet. That'll probably be in the next video. But you can see as you move from room to room, it pushes the gloom back and you're able to see stuff. And the area where you were just at slowly fades. And I wanted it to slowly fade so that, you know, if you're going back and forth, it doesn't flicker. You know, it doesn't feel too harsh. It's sort of like it's fading in your memory or something. But you can go in individual rooms here, and they each feel like individual rooms, and you feel like you're inside. And then when you go back outside, you can really feel that transition. I might even have it automatically zoom in a little bit and then zoom back out when you come outside. I don't know yet. So here's the low beam and the high beam I was talking about in this highly technical and completely self-explanatory document. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but this affects the way things are displayed and the way the roofing shows up and all that. One last thing, in a short video today, I wanted to show the pry bar and how you can take roof tiles down. You see, he kind of pops it off. Doot, 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 doot. And then you can place them back. Next video, we're going to show lighting and how it affects the gloom grid, and how roofing requires supports. It's not in there yet, but I have it so that if you take a wall out that was supporting a roof, it might make the roof collapse, and you can't just build roofing out indefinitely without it being properly supported. We'll probably also look at doors and windows next time too. So thanks for watching.